Today's Cowboys Report is presented by True Classic Tees. End the old year with a new you in clothes that'll give you the confidence to tackle those 2023 resolutions with True Classic Tees. 25% off your order on the most comfortable, properly fitting t-shirts, polos, activewear, and more when you head over to trueclassictees.com/chat. That's 25% off your order. Links in the comment section and the description of today's show. And speaking of today's show, here's what's coming up. Daron Bland injury update. We're going to lead with that here in a mere moment. Some more Dak Prescott talk because it's the quarterback. Of course we are. Dan Quinn, could he leave for Denver? Also, what year is it? Tyler Biadasz latest, and more question marks remain about who will be cornerback 2. We'll stay in the secondary. Daron Bland update. Really good news here for the Dallas Cowboys, and frankly, thank goodness this is the case. Left Week 18 with a chest injury, was going to be reevaluated on Monday. Report from Michael Gelkin, who does not miss. The Cowboys have no concerns about Bland's injury. He should be just fine for the playoffs, and that's a huge deal. You're already down 2 starting corners in Jordan Lewis and Anthony Brown, and although you desperately miss Anthony Brown right now, you don't actually miss Jordan Lewis because Bland has been so productive in the nickel corner role. The completion percentage is high, but the yards are low because it's been a lot of short area stuff. He has allowed 5 touchdowns. There's been some red zone issues, but 5 interceptions, really good tackling, some run support, 7 pass breakups. For a rookie 6th-round pick, Daron Bland, or 5th-round pick, Daron Bland has been awesome for what Dallas was expecting there. It's the cornerback 2 spot, which we will get into in just a little bit at the end of today's segment. That is much more concerning. So if you are hyped and glad that Daron Bland is okay and he's nothing to be concerned about there, type 26 for me in the comment section. Of course, that is Daron Bland's number. Sounds like he's okay. I trust Gelkin on that front. It's a very big deal for the Dallas Cowboys. Let's move to Dak Prescott, who I think even the most diehard of the Dak Prescott truthers, there are some who would take him over any quarterback, which doesn't make any sense to me, would say Dak was garbage against the Commanders. There's no way around it. And the blunt truth is the Cowboys need Dak Prescott to play well, or they're not going to have playoff success, especially when the supporting cast, the ground game, etc., isn't holding up their end of the bargain. I like to use expected points added. It's a fun stat that just encapsulates every single play by quarterback, receiver, whatever, and how much did that play result influence you. So it is a little bit of a team stat. Like if you have a check down 5-yard pass that goes for 75 yards because the receiver made 5 guys miss, the quarterback still gets credit from that standpoint. So it is a bit of a team stat. But it also passes what I call the Mahomes test. Mahomes isn't top 3 in your stat. It's probably not a very good stat because he's awesome. Tua was number 2. Jimmy Garoppolo, again, that's the team aspect there. Josh Allen, Hurts, Jared Goff. That one might be surprising. Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott were your top 8 quarterbacks in EPA per play. That does, by the way, include turnovers, whether the quarterback's fault or not. Since Dak Prescott came back, Dallas had the number 1 scoring offense. They've been the number 1 scoring offense when Dak has been healthy since 2020. Here's the problem, though. You need the good version of that quarterback to win football games. You can't have the Week 1, Week 18 version. You don't stand a chance. This is not the Niners team with Jimmy Garoppolo in their playoff runs where they can throw the ball for 80 yards and win games. The Titans can do that with Ryan Tannehill with their ground game and their offensive line. The old Titans, I should say. This Cowboys team, as we're getting to the ground game later on in today's show, it's not good enough. You need the good version of Dak Prescott. We've seen it. If it doesn't pop up again in the playoffs, you're going home. Frankly, Dak can play a good game and you still might not win if you don't ball out on 3rd down. You need your quarterback, frankly, to carry you. And it's frustrating we're there again because the Cowboys told us we were going to be there when they made their passing offense works, and the running game and defense, as of late, has simply not stepped up. So it's on the shoulders of the quarterback. With that in mind, what is your confidence level in Dak Prescott? Let me know in the comments section. 1 on the low end, 10 on the high end. Today's show is made possible by True Classic Tees. You feel more confident when you're wearing a True Classic Tee polo, active wear, just normal T-shirts. They've got you guys covered. They have a 100% risk-free guarantee, a 30-day return policy. Response to the tees has been overwhelmingly positive. Over 200,000 5-star reviews. Dad bods, they've got you covered. Rip bods, they've got you covered too. They'll accent the right parts of your body there. Average Joe, they've got you as well. Give you the wide shoulder, tapered bottom look that we're all looking for. The quality of the elite t-shirts feel too. From going to the gym to your first date, there's no better look than a fresh tee from True Classic Tees. They also offer men's activewear as well. Makes the physical features more flattering, and these fabrics are engineered for the high-intensity workouts. I would pair maybe an active shirt with their fleece or quick-dry shorts. I have those, super comfortable. The joggers, oh so popular these days, also incredibly comfortable with True Classic Tees. Get 25% off with code CHAT at trueclassictees.com/chat. That's 25% off, code chat, trueclassictees.com/chat. Free shipping on purchases over $100. New year, make it a new you with some new tees thanks to True Classic. That's trueclassictees.com/chat. Let's go to the defensive side here. Well, it's the offseason for most teams. Interview requests are being submitted, and Denver has requested an interview with Dan Quinn. He is once again an apparent top candidate for the job, although I wonder if he's a fallback behind the big fish of like a Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh, etc. Quinn was a top candidate last year. I don't think Denver would be here if they had just hired Quinn as opposed to Nathaniel Hackett, like Quinn's camp thought was going to end up being the case right around this time last year. Russell Wilson had some public praise for Dan Quinn when asked about it after Week 18. Quinn will get plenty of interviews and chances. I don't know if he will get or take any of those head coaching offerings. The job's open right now. Carolina, is that the spot you want to go with so much uncertainty at the quarterback position at a GM that might be gone in a year? The Colts, I don't really want that job. I think that's one of the least appealing jobs because of the uncertainty, despite having a high draft pick, of how much meddling will Jim Irsay have. A year ago, Denver was one of the best jobs. Premium pick. They're going to go trade for a quarterback. They trade for Russell Wilson. Not only they're going to be a playoff team, and they collapse from that standpoint. Houston Texans have the number 2 overall pick. Is that a well-run organization? I'm not so sure. 4 coaches really in 4 years. Arizona Cardinals, I'm putting into there, I'm cheating. They're firing head coach and GM, and I would wonder if Kyler Murray's actually that appealing of a QB candidate because, well, he can be Moody Murray sometimes. But Denver had interest last time around, and maybe Quinn does like Russ since they overlapped in Seattle. So will the Cowboys end up losing Dan Quinn this offseason? Y for yes, N for no in the comment section. Make those predictions right now. This time last year, I thought for sure he was gone. This year, you know what? I'm actually not that sure. More injury news and notes here on Tyler Biadasz. Has a high ankle sprain. The Cowboys are hopeful he can play against the Bucs. Brian Biadasz says it's going to be close, quote unquote, which you're looking at a little over a 2-week recovery timeline here for the high ankle sprain. We'll call it 2.5, 3 weeks. That's on the shorter end of a high ankle sprain recovery, especially for an offensive lineman. Maybe playing on Monday Night Football helps you get that extra day of rest, and that's enough there. The Cowboys do miss him at center, though. The offensive line, they really miss Terrence Steele, by the way. How about things we thought we'd say a year ago or 2 years ago up front there? They miss Biadasz. I don't think McGovern's that good. I think he's survivable, but you're already kind of trying to survive on your offensive line at center, and you're kind of shuffling guys around. And I think the O-line is a massive reason why your ground game has been horrible, bottom tier the past month. So I hope Biadasz can play. We're not really going to know until probably Saturday or Sunday at the earliest, outside of a quick early declared out standpoint there. So we'll keep you guys covered. Make sure you are subscribed right here to the Cowboys Report, youtube.com/@CowboysTV. Free videos every single day when you sub, all for free here at the Cowboys Report. Let's talk cornerback 2, and I really don't know what's going to happen here. I'll sit up front, and we'll know more in a little bit. The Cowboys gave Trayvon Mullen their second most snaps at corner in Week 18 because Daron Bland got hurt, and Trayvon Diggs, of course, had the most. And they played Nahshon Wright some, but Mullen was still the starter, quote-unquote. And it's not like Mullen played great. I do find it funny how we will talk ourselves into spinning the stats and production. I think he was better than Kelvin Joseph, but, the bar is non-existent from that standpoint. Mullen was targeted 4 times against the Commanders, mostly against Terry McLaurin. They did not look Diggs' way because why would you? 58 yards allowed, a flag as well, kind of helped lead to a PBU. It ended up going down on a drop on the PFF standpoint. Nahshon Wright also played, and he wasn't very good. 2 targets, 2 completions, 52 yards. The explosive plays, especially against the number 2 corner, continue to be a very big problem for this Cowboys team. And if they can't get that figured out come playoff time, you got Brady this week. They'll get Evans. Diggs only cover one of Evans or Godwin. The other one is going to get a matchup against the not very good corner, and that terrifies me. I don't know who the number 3 corner should be. Number 2 on the outside with Diggs and Bland there. Who do you think it should be? TM for Trayvon Mullen, KJ for Kelvin Joseph, NW for Nahshon Wright, O for other. Who are you starting opposite Diggs and Bland? You can maybe write in a Xavier Rhodes, which I don't know about that one, or you can write in a Mackenzie Alexander. Let me know in the comments section. I don't know who to play. It's probably not Kelvin Joseph. They didn't play him at all at corner, which I think was a pretty clear sign, or really at all, that he's not going to be a key part there of the team at outside corner this year, which is a huge disappointment. I'd probably ride with Wright. I really am not trying to call up a practice squad corner who's never played a game or played maybe a half game than Mackenzie Alexander for you and start him against Brady and the Bucs. So I guess it's Wright. I hope they got a plan to help him out because that spot terrifies me if I'm the Cowboys.